We're here in parts of Tennessee at a distribution center that's driving much needed efforts up into the hills of people that are still stranded on the mountains due to Hurricane Helene. Our friend here from IW has been on the ground the entire time doing some extraordinary things over the course of the last week and a half. From rescue operations to route clearing and bringing people much needed food and water. Some incredible things that are happening here in the eastern parts of Tennessee and the western parts of North Carolina. Sean, what's going on, man? What are you seeing?
So a few days ago, got a call from some folks with IW folks who were organizing a team last week of folks to come together and just help our neighbors to the east of us. And little did we know there was going to be over 100 people out there on Saturday and Sunday over the weekend with our group. And we broke up into teams and squads, and we went to multiple locations delivering food, water, diapers, all kinds of baby supplies, personal hygiene items. Yeah. We had folks with chainsaw teams. We had people going through rubble, literally what's left of people's houses and their belongings. And it's been very rewarding work, very difficult, and we just need to have neighbors helping neighbors, and that's what we see out here.
Yeah.
So I can really honestly say that if we look at the events that happened just last week, it really started 5 years ago. 5 years ago when the community of Irreverent Warriors was built in Knoxville. And I think that's what's really important when we start talking about our local chapters, is building that network, building those connections, building those members who are healing in themselves, but then also find that healing in serving others. When we leave the military, it's never about, oh, I missed the work. It's missing the people, it's missing the service. You can take the veteran out of the service, but you can't take the service out of the veteran. And so as we have built our Knoxville chapter, and as we have grown as a chapter and stretching out from the west side of North Carolina to the south and north of Tennessee, we have built these members who want to serve their community. And we do community service throughout the year, so this was just another opportunity to get out there, get in the trenches, and really help individuals. Not only that, but we have those networks already in place, so we knew who to call. A lot of times during any sort of response, it's just, I'm gonna show up and hope that I help. We didn't have to hope. We knew that we could help because we built the foundation for those connections ahead of time, so we could call and be like, hey Sam, what do you need? So we were getting the supplies that were needed on the boots on the ground. We weren't wasting any of those resources that could be used other places, and we could get the people where they needed to be, and they weren't just the hurry up and wait standing around. We had them in place to be able to be effective in a very short amount of time. There's a quote that, and it's one of the Roosevelts said it, the government big enough to give you everything you need is big enough to take everything from you. So we don't even think about that. If they're able to support, they take care of our infrastructure, get our roads back going. That's what we need. Get the energy back up and going, get our electricity back up and going. But when it comes down to that human element, you can't beat that without connecting to individuals in your community. And so when we put the call out, we already had a foundation involved here in Irreverent Warriors, in our veteran community in Knoxville, in Asheville, in all of these areas. And that is the great thing that social media brings us. It brings us so much ugliness, but it really brings us this beauty of, I have a veteran in need, and holy crap, the hands go up. And we cannot deny what we have already built over the last 5 years here in Knoxville. I get really emotional when it comes to this side of the things. Our Irreverent Warriors family saved my husband and my life. It saved our family, it saved our community, and we want to just continue to give. And so every time we're able to bring someone to that passion, to that service, to be able to continue to serve in their veteran community is what Irreverent Warriors is about. Bring you out of isolation, into healing, and a lot of times helping somebody else is where that healing takes place.